coaching up his squad. He wants to make sure that they're sharp and crisp to start this game and try to get himself his 783rd victory.
First meeting between these two teams in 30 years. December of '95, the last time these two teams met. L.J. Cryer controls off the tip. Juwan Roberts finds JoJo Tugler. L.J. Cryer hardly ever takes a bad shot. Terrence Arsenault grabs the long rebound.
Yeah, talking to Coach Boyle, that's one thing he's concerned of. Turnovers and rebounding is an absolute must if they want to stay in this game with Houston.
Emmanuel Sharp missing today's game for the Cougars. Javier Francis is back. You'll see him later. You see Arsenault score.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a tough move along the baseline. He lost his balance, then had to recover and get the ball up over Dak. So nice spin move to throw that little left shoulder turn, right hand hook.
See the starting lineup for Colorado. Julian Hammond leading the team in points and assists. Will have to have a big game today and stay hot if they're going to pull off the upset.
Yeah, Hammond's going to have to go for 20 plus, but he's done that 5 times already on the season, but he's going to need some help. As you said, Dak's going to need to play big, and they got a Jop in the starting lineup for this game for matchup reasons, so he's going to have to get on the offensive glass and shoot glass.
Hammond controls. There is a sound job. Right side. Yakimovsky, double team. Finds a way to get it off. No good. The deeper you go into the shot clock against Houston, your odds lower and lower. A suffocating defense. Number 1 D in the country with points allowed. Now they got the ball on offense, and Uzan resets.
Yeah, you see that starting lineup for Houston. Tugler, he's on that Player of the Year defensive watch list. He's been absolutely fantastic.
Terrence Arsenault. No good. Coach Sampson says sometimes you got to let Terrence just get some shots up to get lathered up. That was one of those shots. From the corner, Yakimovsky no good. Another rebound for Arsenault, his 3rd.
Yeah, that's something Houston does really good. Really try to limit their opponents to just one shot.
The floater from Cryer. Too strong. Tugler with the offensive board. Between Tugler and this man right here, Juwan Roberts, they have 130 offensive rebounds. It's more than the rest of the Buffalo's team. Cryer, left wing, splash.
You cannot leave L.J. Cryer wide open in that corner, because that's where the specialist likes to shoot it from.
Shot clock at 10. Traffic in the corner. Ball was whipped out of bounds. Officials will say it was last touched by the Cougs who stayed here.
Well, second chance points are going to kill you, and you cannot leave Cryer open, because he doesn't make just a 2-point shot. He makes a 3-point field goal, and those are going to be backbreakers if the Buffaloes keep giving up second chance opportunities.
Julian Price, wow. Way long, just grazes the rim. Offensive board. Here's Dak.
Yeah, I thought that grazed the rim, but they didn't reset the shot clock. So with 1 second, Dak had to try to get that up quickly, rushed his shot a bit.
Juwan Roberts. That finally falls, as all of Houston's points prior to that were second chance points.
Yeah, going inside there, getting that ball below the free throw line. Generally, good things are going to happen for you. The lefty hook just throws it in. Uh-oh, light ball turnover.
One-man fast break. Lewis lays it up and in.
Well, this is the start that Coach Boyle could not afford. A 9-0 Houston start. They're doing it with points in the paint, second chance points, and wide open looks from 3.
Malik Wilson will do that. Jumps the passing lane, knocks it down, and goes coast to coast. 9-0 early Houston. Here's Wilson.
So they're so good at just playing in the passing lanes. Anytime you try that top of the top of the key pass from sideline to sideline, you got to make sure that you are going to find your target, because they close the distance on that pass and getting those passing lanes, and they're off and running.
So take me inside that Colorado huddle right now as we look at Coach Sampson talking to his troops. What's Tad Boyle telling his team?
Coach Boyle's basically telling his kids to settle down. He realizes they're up against long odds here. He can't have the live ball turnovers. He wants to see him get on the glass. He's going to put on a play here to simplify his offense somewhat here. Try to get the ball into the hands of his best player, Hammond, and see if he can't penetrate off a high pick and roll, find a shooter in the corner, or maybe a little midi or an easy-looking field goal.
So you see the rankings for Houston. Yesterday, we talked about the opportunity we had to sit here and watch practice. It went almost 2 hours, and although they did run a press break, they did not run any offensive sets. It was strictly defense, and Coach Sampson said to us after the practice, we've kind of gotten away from who we are. We are a defensive-minded basketball team, and that's what makes us great, and we're seeing that tonight already.
Yeah, defensive field goal percentage was the most impressive, I think, on that list. Makes it real hard to score against these Cougs.
Yakomowski, here's Jock, former four-star recruit, too strong.
I would like to see him try to go inside for a bucket, something below that free throw line, maybe even get to the foul line. Just get some points on the board to take some pressure off. Officials timeout.
Milos Uzan. Looks like he had maybe someone raise his nose. O.J. Cryer checks back into the basketball game.
I'm not sure if he's bleeding out of his nose or lost the contact, but the training staff over there to take a look at him. He's really been playing well, coming on, doing a fantastic job.
Here's the series history. Tied 3-3, first meeting ever as Big 12 members. Look at Cryer gliding in the hole. Here's Wilson, tray ball corner, pocket too strong. Whistle underneath. Javier Francis back on the floor. That's a good sign for Cougar fans. Bad sign there, he commits a foul.
Yeah, good job boxing out by the Buffaloes. Needed that rebound, got it.
9-0 Houston. Buffs looking to get on the board and pull off the upset.
Buffs fans, direct your attention to the court as today we unveil the next jersey on our men's basketball wall of honor. Today's honoree is a two-time All-Big 8 conference pick. Welcome home to Boulder, Shea Humphrey. Selected by Phoenix as the 13th overall pick in the 1984 NBA. Humphrey.
Let's go!
He's third all-time in games played at CU, second
Woo!
all-time in assists, and the all-time leader in steals at CU. Joining him on the court are Mike Angelica, along with teammates Brad Helms, Billy Thompson, Russ Tierney, Brent Vaughn, and Devin Cornish. And now, please direct your attention to the video board for Buffs Section 1 for today's unveiling. Next Saturday, we honor NBA champion and Olympic gold medalist, Derek White. Be sure to use hashtag GoBuffs on your social media.
A great environment today inside the CU Event Center. And the Cougs, 18-4 overall, 10-1 in the Big 12. How about that, Scott? 3 of their 4 losses came in overtime. This is a tough team, and they're tested already.
Yeah, they're doing a fantastic job. You know, they took a tough loss, snapping their 33-game home win streak, and they have bounced back in a big way, double-digit victory, and then they're off to a nice start here. So that work that they put in the lab last night, paying early dividends here in the first 4 minutes.
Joe Lunardi right now has Kelvin Sampson's team as a 2 seed. Coach Sampson, his love language is accountability. And he told us last night, I tell these guys what they don't want to hear. and really in today's basketball world, that is extremely rare.
Well, he wants these guys to reach their full max potential, right? So even with the success that they're having, a number 2 seed, 7th overall, he wants them to stay, you know, real hungry and to be able to do all the things that they're capable of. Inside,
here's Elijah Malone off the bench to 2 points and a 3-point opportunity.
Yeah, they brought Elijah Malone off the line because they wanted a little scoring punch. This kid can provide that in the NAIA. He scored over 2,000 points. He was the NAIA Player of the Year and gets good low post position. This is where I wanted Buffalo on that last possession down to 4. They were 0 for 4 on their first 5 field goals. You got to get something close to the rack. Coach Boyle does a nice job drawing up a play for his big man.
76% free-throw shooter hits his free throw. You could feel the crowd coming to life with that huge 3-point play.
Well, this Buffalo team under Coach Boyle, all they do is win 81% of their home games. So is there going to be some cakewalk for Houston? They're going to be in for a team that's hungry and will fight for them for 40 minutes.
Juwan Roberts off to Pryor. Here's Terrence Arsenault. Arsenault's season last year cut short by an Achilles injury. He is back and better than ever. High off the glass, trying to beat the shot clock. Here come the Bucks.
How about that defense by Basket? Off the bench, lost his starting job, and goes out there and gets a great stop on Arsenault.
First one in the gym today, Trevor Basket for Colorado, as Malone is fouled out by the 3-point line. That foul by Francis earlier that gave Malone the 3-point play, that was his second.
Look at Coach Boyle. He's intense, man. I had a chance to spend some time with him down in Waco, in Fort Worth on Sunday, and it's just good to listen to him talk basketball all afternoon long.
Baskin loses the handle, dives on the floor to get it back, and does. Javon Ruffin inside, Malone extra pass, Yakimovsky. Juwan Roberts battles for the rebound, Pryor grabs it. Uzan says, let's go.
0 for 6 behind the arc to start this basketball game. It's not a good recipe. You got to mix up the 2s and the 3s.
Good look for Uzan, rattles home.
Now, see, that I like. You get the ball down there by that Big 12 logo. It shrinks the defense. Now when you kick it back outside, you get a clean look for your sniper along the 3-point line.
Hammond, you know, finding life difficult getting going offensively is at the top of other team scouting reports. Here's Javon Ruffin. That pass inside was poked away. Yeah,
just too slow. Back-to-back, well, almost turnovers on both possessions there coming out of that timeout break.
L.J. Pryor creates space and knocks down another one-handed floater.
Yeah, and that's what makes Pryor such a difficult guard, right? He can stroke it from 3 at 40%, but he can also go inside and shoot that little floater from 10 to 12 feet.
High arcing three from Hammond was no good. JoJo Tugler fights for the rebound and is fouled.
Well, you got to get some extra offensive possession. So Malone going for that offensive rebound. I don't think Coach Boyle is going to be too upset that he get committed for the foul there, because you got to try, because you're not getting the initial shots to go here. Really struggling out of the gate. Just one field goal in the first 6.5 minutes of action is not going to get it done.
Felix Casares checks into the basketball game alongside R.J. Jones. R.J. Smith, rather. Pryor on deck. Jump ball. We've seen a lot of basketball players on the floor tonight, Scott.
Well, you can see Coach Boyle has got his team wanting to push up on Cryer and run him off of that three-point line, and he does the smart thing. He's not going to shoot a three with a hand in his face. He's got good wheels. He's going to try to get to the basket and make something happen inside. And look, he just tries to get the defender on the hip. And that's something I love about the Big 12. Hey, let them play, baby. It's the black and blue Big 12. They're going to call any of that little, ticky-tack fouls in the painted area. You're going to go inside for a bucket, you got to earn it.
Officials tonight: Darren White, Chance Moore, and Robert Felder. Basket, knifing to the hole. Here's Caceres. This Houston defense is going to force you to take shots like that. The Buffs will need Javon Ruffin to make them if they're going to stay in this.
Yeah, that was deep. That's one where the Steph Curry and the boys shoot from about 5 feet from behind the arc. But unfortunately, I think they're going to get a foul on Malone. His second, trying to get on the offensive glass, just a little hip check. Right in, was that Tugler? He threw to the floor with that 270-pound frame. You got to play more physical at the D1 level than the NAI level, but you got to be smart about how you use that contact. One more look at it here. Look at that. That's out there at the Buffalo head. And he knocked it down, but you can see Malone down there trying to fight for that position. Gets his second foul.
Second foul of the game, like you mentioned, on Elijah Malone. The three stands and the turnovers generated out of the break. Then got Dak using that length. Ball caroms out to knocking it down. R.J. Smith.
Second chance points. They got that steal, right? Live ball turnover. Working around the extra pass, the hockey assist, and they get another triple. So hold on. Cougs ain't gone nowhere. We got ourselves a two-possession game.
R.J. Smith, 43% from three on the year. They struggled in conference. Makes like that are huge for them.
You telling me this team has lost their last 11 games the way they are out here fighting and scrapping and diving on the floor for loose balls? That's a team that has bought into what Coach Boyle is preaching about character and work ethic and the want to. It's not always going to be pretty the way you win a basketball game, but I love that one right there. Just skipped the pass there. Couldn't close out in time and get a clean look from three. Points off of turnovers for Colorado. Six of their 9. Doing a nice job forcing those turnovers. Only 3 to shoot. I don't know if they know it.
O.J. Cryer figured it out too late. Francis dives for the rebound, and that'll be his third foul if that's on him.
Oh, baby. So right now, these last 90 seconds to 2 minutes, you got to say the Buffaloes have been the harder working team, and you're right. That's the third personal foul. He's going to have to spend the rest of the half on the Pine.
This last game was in concussion protocol, and now he is in personal foul protocol.
Yeah, Bangkok Dak. I'd like to see him use his length. A little pick and roll, pick and pop action here.
Javon Ruffin, who hit that last three for Denver. Dak will hoist from there. Caceres.
What's he got, a horseshoe in his sock? That ball bounced off the rim nearly up to the shot clock and then fell back through the hoop. Nice job moving the pass, coming up out of that corner for another triple.
9-0 run to the Buffs. Wilson with that hard cut. Floater's no good. Rebound kicks out to Uzan. O.J. Cryer is a city player of the year in Houston his senior year. Back at home now, second year with the Cougs, turns it over.
Look at this, Colorado with a chance to take the lead.
Thank God, Dak, nice pass. Caceres after the three, does it inside off the window. We are tied at 14. The run is 11-0.
Well, not so fast. That's what the Buffaloes are saying. We might have started over, but we are heating up here in Boulder now.
Big 12 basketball is back in Boulder. The Colorado men's basketball team is stampeding into conference play, and they need your support to pack the CU Event Center this winter.
Long three. Oh, what a shot by Hammond.
Lock in your seats to cheer on the Buffs as they go toe-to-toe with the top teams in the country. Visit cubuffs.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282. And be sure to ask about exclusive group experience packages. Cheer on the Buffs at the CU Event Center and celebrate 50 years of Colorado women's basketball this season. Multi-game mini plans, single-game tickets, and group packages are available now. Be sure to ask about our exclusive group experience packages, including high-five tunnels and birthday parties for the young Buffs fans in your life. Call the CU Athletics ticket office at 303-492-8282 or visit cubuffs.com/tickets to secure your seats. Get ready for the excitement of Colorado lacrosse at Prentice Field this season. The Colorado Buffaloes are set to join the inaugural season of Big 12 women's lacrosse with 8 home games in Boulder. Season tickets to cheer on the Buffs this spring are available now. Secure your spot for every thrilling moment and bring your CU pride to cheer on the Colorado Buffaloes lacrosse team. Visit cubuffs.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282 to lock in your seats. Get ready, Buffs fans. Colorado football season tickets are on sale now for 2025. A limited number of new season tickets are available, so don't wait. Secure your seats to cheer on Coach Prime of the Colorado Buffaloes as they take the field against Georgia Tech, Arizona State, Iowa State, and more next season. Grab your tickets today at cubuffs.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282. Don't miss a second of the action at Folsom Field next season.
Most people won't change the world, but then again, most people won't call the Flatirons their backyard and send their work to space and become household names, because it takes the right kind of bold to see the bigger picture and the smallest and move faster, like way faster, and push more, make more, change more. Don't be like most, be more.
14-14. There is Coach Tad Boyle talking to Kelvin Sampson yesterday. He said, we got to throw the first punch. Well, today they're Mike Tyson. They threw the first punch, but check out Buster Douglas right here, Scott.
Yeah, I love the way the Buffaloes have been working here these last 2 minutes of this game. They are on an 11-0 run. They've knocked down a couple triples. They got some live ball turnovers. They got a three-point play. They got some layups at the basket. Look at them coming out here feeling good about themselves. They're slapping a little full-court pressure on the Cougs.
Houston hasn't scored in 3 minutes, 3 turnovers in the last 3 minutes. How do they get back on track?
Got to go into their hot shooter, Cryer. They'll find him under the basket for an easy bucket on a backdoor pick. Wow, what a play by Kelvin Sampson and company. Hopefully there to get a high percentage shot to take the lead back.
And got that. Gathers after it's poked away by JoJo Tugler. Tugler is going to be everywhere all day. That's not your fault, Colorado fans. That's who he is. Shot clock at 3. High off the glass. Smith is off the mark.
Well, okay, you get an easy bucket, and then the Cougs come right back with some stifling defense and get a stop.
Oh, nice spinning move to the hole. You see Wilson is fouled.
Well, Wilson had a nice spinning move to start the score and 2-0 to start this game. And then I think exactly what Coach Sampson said is enough of these three-point shots. You guys are living behind that arc a little too much. Let's take the fight back inside to the Buffaloes. Get Cryer one time. Wilson comes back on the right side. He gets hacked, so he'll have an opportunity to go to the line looking for points 3 and 4.
Yeah, there is Coach Sampson. Resurrected this Houston program, and now it's routine to see the Cougars in the top 5 and #1 in the Big 12, but it was not like that when he took over. 17-14. Cougars are up. Colorado giving them everything they can handle at home this afternoon. Bang got Dak. We told you he'd launch from there. He does over the outstretched arms of Tugler. offensive rebound by Cryer. We got a foul before on the Cougs.
Yeah, the Cougs Buffalo doing a better job now, I think, getting on the glass. I would like to see Bangkok Dak to try to get his first bucket by going inside. That was a deep three. I know you got a couple of your teammates that gets them to go down, but you know, work the ball inside. Look at this battle underneath. He wrapped up arms underneath there, and he's supposed to say, hey, it's the Big 12, but that's a bit too much.
Yakamowski offers a nice feed, extra pass, air ball.
Well, if Buffalo wants to win this game, well, they got to take care of the basketball, they got to rebound, they got to shoot a high percent from three. Right now, they're not shooting a high enough percentage of their three-point shots. Banking them off the backboard, air balls, not going to get it done.
Wow, pump fake, puts Dak into the second row. Arsenault goes to Uzan, who finds Cryer. He's done that twice tonight. Just about touching every part of the rim before it falls through.
What a nice soft touch, right? But that extra pass, you could have shot the mid-range jump shot with a hand in your face. You see Cryer wide open all day to get the seams right on the basketball and knock down his second triple of the day.
Ronchi controls, and Yakamowski will try to restore order for his team down 6. There is Julian Hammond. Leads the Buffs in points and is getting hot.
Well, welcome to the party, pal. I was wondering where Julian Hammond's been for the early part of this first half. He comes off 2 down screens right to the top of the floor, and at that point for Hammond, that's like a long free throw.
O.J. Cryer weaving his way through that Colorado zone, gets it back from Tugler. Wide left.
Bangkok Dak all over that glass. Look at the Buffalo's trying to push.
Can tie the ball game with a 3. Errant pass won't get it done.
Looked like one of my 5-irons that just flies off to the right side with a little shank there. Got to make a simple pass. But look at this one more time. Beautiful extra pass there after you get the defense to commit. You find Cryer. What a nice soft touch off the backboard with the kiss and in, and then Hammond. Finally getting off that launch pad. He cuts on balance, on target for the triple.
Julian Hammond, again, that's a guy who has risen to the top of the opposing scouting reports. That makes life difficult for him. Milos Uzan controls and directs traffic. O.J. Cryer out of the game. He scored 7 of the last 8 Cougar points up until that baby jumper by Roberts.
How good is Roberts at taking that ball one dribble and getting that right shoulder turn, left hand jump hook?
Quick hands by Wilson, pokes it away. Dak regains possession. Cougs all over Hammond. Ronchi. Dropping from the rafters is Wilson for that board. Drives across half court. Juwan Roberts played more games than anybody else in Houston Cougar history and is the winningest Cougar as well. Trying to get his team in the win column today. Opportunity for a 3-point play.
Yeah, not only winners, he scored over 1,000 points in his career. Beautiful usage of the pump fake in that painted area. Just such good footwork, such know-how, so crafty around the basket. Just 48 rebounds away from 1,000. 1,000 club feet. Oh my.
With over 20 years of experience, specializing in direct placement for national and international searches, they excel in precision hiring for leadership, technical, and market-defined specialist roles. Leveraging proven pipelines, they cut hiring time and ensure the perfect fit for rapidly growing privately owned tech firms. Embedded in the Denver community for over 23 years, Jim builds quality relationships, partnering with businesses to secure the right talent while aligning opportunities with candidates' personal goals. Let Jim Resourcing be your trusted partner in building the future. One exceptional hire at a time. Fans, please welcome to the court Ashton and Alan Franks from Jim Resourcing, along with Anthony
17 here in Boulder, Colorado. All right, last time these two teams met, December 9th, 1995. Eddie George won the Heisman Trophy that day. One Sweet Day by Mariah Carey and Boys to Men was the #1 song in America. #1 at the box office was Toy Story. And unfortunately, in the losing column was Scott Williams and his Philadelphia 76ers. They lost on that day to the Boston Celtics.
in 95, 96, we lost a lot of games, not just the Boston Celtics, but who didn't like Toy Story, right? Like Woody, Buzz Lightyear. You know, the voice of one of my all-time favorite actors, Tom Hanks, was the voice of Woody.
Tom Hanks is as good as it gets.
Yeah. You remember who the voice of Buzz Lightyear was?
Tim Allen.
That's
Correct?
right.
Is that right?
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah, you know your stuff, pop culture. Roberts there, struggle at the free throw line there, just not real fluid with that lefty free throw. But boy, he's done a nice job with the 2 field goals inside these last 60 seconds, trying to give Cougars a little bit of some breathing room.
Ronchi trying to dribble his way out of trouble. Passes his way out of trouble. Price has it rattle out on him. Offensive board for the pass. Ronchi absorbs contact. How about that?
Second chance points. When you're trying to do something big like knock off the top dog in the conference, you got to have all hands on deck. Everybody fighting and scrapping, and that's what the Buffaloes have gotten here in this first half. I love that one, Ronchi. He doesn't settle for the outside shot. Look at that, just, I'm going to take it right to your chest and get that contact, the concentration with the finish afterwards.
We're talking to folks around the Colorado program. A game like this is an opportunity for guys like Ronchi to show just how good they are offensively against one of the best defenses in the country.
Well, you take it as a challenge, right? When you go up against the best, you want to play your best. You want to take on that challenge head on, and that's exactly what Colorado has done here in the first half. They're hanging right here with Houston.
Milos Uzan, National Player of the Week just 2 weeks ago after Houston's big wins over Utah and, of course, Kansas. Wilson, beautiful pass. Opens up things for Uzan. Floater, wide right. Fighting for the rebound. This is Big 12 basketball. Nice touch by the Cougs. Buffalo's basketball.
Well, I know that bucket didn't go, but I love the way Houston shares that basketball. They know exactly where their teammates are going to be when they're jumping in the air. They got traffic in their face, and they know exactly where their teammate's going to be at that spot to complete the pass. Very rarely do you see this Houston team turn the basketball over.
Energizer Bunny, Ruffin with the basketball. Left side. Basket spins into trouble. Whistle is blown.
Yeah, you're going to travel on Basket down there. He got some contact after he got into that painted area with that jump stop. And like I say, in the Big 12, they're going to let him play. You get down in that painted area, you're going to have to pay a little price with some pain. And that time, Basket got knocked off of his balance and walked with the ball.
4 turnovers now for a Colorado team that averages 15 a game. That's among the worst in the nation. JoJo Tugler wanted it all there. Is denied by Yakomowski. And here comes Ruffin.
How about that defense at the rim? Just blocking that dunk attempt.
Ronchi takes the baseline and is fouled by Roberts.
Wrong cheek is growing up right in front of my eyes here. That's a beautiful drive along that baseline, and I love this one right here. Get down on that defense there, play some defense. Was that Malone? Malone with that big block there, the NAIA Player of the Year in 2004, coming up big defensively. Then Ron Cheek along that baseline, man, just went in there, threw his body right into the contact on back-to-back possessions. Look at this, we got ourselves a 4-point basketball game after Houston jumped out to that 11-0 start.
And there is Malone taking a well-deserved break.
Look at the guns on Malone, right? And you know the good thing about Malone, he may get an extra year as one of those guys like from a D2 or an NAIA school. They're going to get an extra opportunity for another year. So Boyle said, hey, we're going to talk to him after the end of the year and see if we can make something work.
Retention, such a huge part of success for these teams in college basketball, specifically the Big 12. Cryer gets that floater to go again.
Yeah, that's what makes a kid special. Yeah, a couple of pro scouts in the house checking out Cryer and Tugler and among many other players on this Houston team, and his ability to play in multiple places on the floor, at the rim, mid-game, three-point line. It's a tough cover for anybody.
Cryer with 12 points already today. Ruffin finds Ronchi going back door. He finds Joe for his foul.
How about Ronchi? How about these guys in these white jerseys going inside, taking the fight right to Houston? I'm sure Coach Sampson and his crew are used to guys coming out here and fighting them so hard on the interior, but look at them battle underneath, and beautiful distribution of the basketball. Can't do anything but foul when the guy's got the ball right at the rack.
And Joe can shoot his free throws. 82% from the charity stripe in conference this year, 27 of 33 in the Big 12.
The Buffaloes, they get to that free throw line. Tops in the conference and getting to that free throw line. Coach Boyle before the game on Sunday down in Fort Worth. He said, we just got to make them when we get there. So a little pain sometimes there, but they're teaming it right now. Only 23 points, but they are right in this thing because they're doing it with the deep.
Uzan with the step back, falls it short, gets his own rebound.
How quick is that kid?
How sharp is this shooter? Off the mark there. Another offensive opportunity. You do not want to give this Cougar squad a third crack at it, but Colorado has. Uzan, that ball is like a yo-yo. 4 opportunities now for Houston. The size from the crowd here at the CU Event Center. Step back off the mark. 5 opportunities. Uzan, 3, cashes in.
You nailed it, Pete. You just can't give this Cougars team 5 opportunities on one trip down the floor. It's so deflating for you defensively. I was just singing the praises of their defense, and then they give up 5 opportunities and end up losing a bucket to a 3-point shot.
8 offensive rebounds on the day for Houston as Arsenault shoves Yakomanski.
Yeah, and that's going to be the 8th team foul on Houston, so going to the line to shoot some free throws, but offensive rebounds, second chance points will kill you when you're trying to do big things. And this is just too many chances on the offensive end, and finally Cougars put them out of their misery and pay from behind that arc.
Arsenault. Yeah, that kept going and going and going. And finally, they pay off with that 3 from Uzan. 6-point advantage for the Cougs. Back here in Boulder, Colorado, where the Buffs are giving the Cougs everything they can handle. But this guy, L.J. Cryer, you talked about him off the top of the broadcast, Scott. What have you liked about his play today, besides the fact he's filling it up?
Well, yeah, not the fact that he's knocked in 2 triples, but it's the variety in which he can score right there. Good footwork, good off the dribble, gets to a spot on the floor, he gets a clean look. This little floater's just been absolutely devastating. He's 5 of 11 in the basketball game with 12 points and an assist. So great job by Cryer here in his first half.
Now off the personal foul from Terrence Arsenal at the free throw line with a 1-on-1 opportunity. There's Yakimovsky, and this is the front end.
Yeah, kind of a loss there opportunity. We talked about him getting those free throw lines, and they got to convert those. They had been doing that for the most part here in this first half. They got 14 points off the bench.
Uzan warded off the defender with his left hand. Eventually, Jop got into his body and fell.
Yeah, Milos was so good in practice yesterday. You know, Coach Sampson was riding him hard. He was coming off a fantastic game where he went for 17 points. And I think when you got a player like that comes into your program, has some success because he's been working hard, you want to continue to work hard. And that's what you saw out of Coach Sampson, pushing him, making sure he's taking care of the ball, making sure his passes. In fact, he stopped practice and said that he had a bad pass and made him run a down back. So he's on this young fella, and it's paid off for his play here in the early part of this game tonight. Got 4 points, couple buckets inside, looking for his 5th in the free throw line.
Can you explain to folks at home who may not have been a part of team sports, especially at the level that you were, what that means? I mean, that accountability is like a love language, really.
Well, that's what you want. You want a coach that's going to push you in practice, not going to make things easy for you, knowing what your full potential is.
Baskin trying to reach his potential, ends up in the Cougar bench and with a miss.
Baskin, he's been a little up and down. Sometimes he hits some really big games where he can go for a double-double. He can go for 20 points. In other games where he just cannot find the basket.
Luke Wilson could not find JoJo Tugler, who was cutting back door. Yeah, he liked that matchup. Smith did against JoJo Tugler.
Tugler got the worst part of that matchup. It was a good job screening out inside. He almost created a little bit of a runway, and he just went right to the basket and laid it in. So you can see Colorado's having their most success when they're attacking inside. But look at the big fella in there just screening out like he's blocking out for a rebound. Keeps the defender from coming over to the help side. And two Cougars ran into each other.
Yeah.
Tugler, he got a little woozy on that one.
Tugler back up on his feet. Pleading right now to stay in the game, but he's not going to win that battle.
Yeah, you see the number on Tugler, 6 points, just under 6 rebounds a game, but it's this intensity on defense that makes him so special. And a big contributor to what Houston ultimately wants to try to do, and that's, keep teams' field goal percentage down, keep their extra opportunities down, and create turnovers. This Houston team forces almost 15 turnovers a game.
Tugler on the watch list for Defensive Player of the Year. Last year, Jamal Shed won it for Houston. We talked to Coach Sampson about that. He says that's who we are. That's about the supporting cast, almost more so than it is those in particular guys. Offensive mistake made by the Cougs, so the Buffs will have another chance.
Yeah, this time Buffs stealing a page out of the Cougars, looking forcing a turnover. So look at this. Ball in hand. 2 minutes, 24 seconds to play. A chance to steal some momentum and take it to the locker room with them after a poor start. That's huge.
Job. Goes to Javon Ruffin. Shot pocket foul. Ruffin barely gets it off. Cougs will do that to you.
That is Cougar defense. It wasn't Tugler on the floor leading the charge defensively, but the rest of the guys picked it up, and boy, did they get after it. Nothing inside that painted area. Everything contested around the three-point line. It's so pretty to watch. I couldn't score any points. Jordan never let me shoot. I had to play defense if I wanted to stay on the court, Pete. That's the kind of effort I'm used to. I love that.
Yeah, to the tune of 15 years in the NBA, defense pays. Uzan Kicks it out. Good try coming from Mercy Miller, no good. Foul trouble and injuries for the Cougs has Kelvin Sampson going deep into the bench. Oh, cutting hard to the hole is Joe.
Joe, what a cut. I mean, that one was sliced off like a piece of bread off a slice off a loaf. And what a finish. Backhand with his back to the basket. This place is going bananas.
Cougs haven't made a field goal since 4:02 is left in the half, and they won't do it right there. Bangkok Dak says no way.
Human racer, what length around that basket.
On three, too strong. Skying for the rebound is Seth Rafe. He hits the floor. Uzan also on the floor. And Rachel responsible for knocking Uzan down to get the foul.
Oh, the crowd doesn't like it. They are on the officials. Yakubowski was the one they got pushed to the floor, but look at this one more time. Look at that slice to the basket there. What a beautiful execution. Your half-court offense, the patience to let it develop, and the perfect strike to finish. Everybody, tell you what, if they would have scored on that triple right there, I think the lid would have come off of this building. This crowd is ready to erupt in the final minute of this half.
Good crowd here in Boulder. And they have seen Houston with 6 of their last 7 field goal attempts. Uzan, the floor general, gets it to Miller.
Colorado's got a foul to give. No, excuse me. No, they do not have a foul to give.
O.J. Cryer playing in traffic.
And they get another block shot. They got a chance to play for the last shot of the half. Oh, he turned it over. Ruffin got to know the situation here. The shot clock is off with 22 seconds to play. Burn it all the way down. Make sure you get the final shot. Oh, boy, that's got to make Coach Boyle real tight under the tie there.
Well, it's got to make him boil, right?
Yeah, I think the veins in his neck are about to pop out.
Still, 6 turnovers in the first half for the Buffs is actually an improvement on their body of work this season. They average 15 again. Uzan. Game clock at 2. Cryer, will he beat it? No. First half ends with Houston making their last field goal with 4 minutes left. So a 4-minute scoring drought for the Cougs as we end the half with Colorado.
Right, they really got him out there on the outside on the perimeter. Even that one possession where they had 5 cracks at it. Most of those shots were long shots that produced long rebounds, and that's what they have to do here in the second half. Because Coach Sampson told his team, enough of these outside shots, take it inside. Look at Bangkok Dak with the rim attack. He almost got that little lefty hook to fall.
Uzan rips the board. Probes. Goes to Francis. Quiet first half for Francis. Bounce pass inside for Tugler, foul on the floor.
Yeah, Ray from the ball, just on that cut there, holding. That was one thing the Buffaloes, another thing rather, the Buffaloes did real well was kept the Cougars off of that free throw line. They never committed 17 fouls. They never allowed them to get into that bonus situation. Fouled very little jump shooters or very little people inside. Played good defense at the rim.
Cryer, who now has 9 points, they've allocated 3 of his points to Milos Uzan. Oh, how about that? I said Roberts had been quiet. He is loud to start off the second half.
He has thrown 3 of those jump hooks in right over the top of the defense for 8 points.
Dak showing off the handle. Price trying to show off the range.
Hammer in there with his second three-pointer in this game, and that was timely right there. And he didn't score on their first possession. They gave up an easy little right shoulder turn, left-hand jump hook down there to Robertson. Come on back the other way, and Hammonds knocks in a big triple. That's what they need. They need some more triples to fall here in the second half. Take care of that basketball and rebound their defensive glass better.
6 points for Hammond. Cryer. Shot clock at 4. Arsenault gonna hoist nothing but the bottom of the net.
Wow, Arsenault, the big time for his first bucket there. Excuse me, make that the second bucket. A long three-point shot there when the offense was really stagnant on that possession.
Nice shot fake by Bangkok Dak. Got Tugler into the second row, but airballed it.
Yeah, $1 million move with a 10-cent finish. Dak was out here. He was the first one on the court this afternoon to get up some shots. And he was working on those little one-dribble pull-ups, and that time he just couldn't find the range.
Ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Colorado.
See, those shots that come off the front of the rim are hard to kind of measure and get the defensive rebound. But look at this one more time. Just get the defense backing up on their heels with those shot fakes, those foot fakes, and then get a cleaner look at the front of the rim.
Cryer. Around and down. Says, you guys took away 3 points from me at halftime. I want them back.
Well, Cryer, if he gets going, it might be lights out in the second half for Colorado. This kid can get hot really fast and start filling up that basket.
Hammond gets a screen, runs into a double team, and ultimately Roberts, who's hit with the foul.
Yeah, it's going to be the third on Roberts, and that was the one thing Houston didn't do very well in that first half. They had a number of players getting some foul trouble, and it really allowed Colorado to get to that free throw line.
A 6-0 flurry to start the half for Houston, but they've got 3 guys with 3 fouls right now: Roberts, Arsenault, and Francis. Basket. Oh, nifty move. Got himself free, but hit the deck. Ball carries out of bounds to stay here.
Yeah, I think that shot might have got blocked. Basket, I'll tell you what. He got that first pass cleanly. He had an easy drop step to the basket for 2 points, but Houston Cougars, they close the distance so defensively so quickly. They don't allow much easy inside.
2 on the shot clock. Yakimowski had to hurry. Uzan takes it away. Puts it in reverse and finds Cryer. Cryer puts it in drive, around and out.
Halfway down before it came out, Pete. Can't give up those transition looks. Here's Hammond with the transition.
Transition buckets all around. Give him 9 points. He's made 3 out of 5 from deep.
That really took some of the life out of Cryer. His body language after that 3. He's like, how did mine halfway go down and come out, and then the other end, Hammond comes down and he knocks in a triple. That's like a 6-point swing.
Uzan showing off that handle. Picks up his dribble. Tugler taps it right back to him. Heads up play by the youngster Tugler. Looks like somebody got a piece of it. Shot clock does reset. Around and out. And here we go. The flurry of offensive rebounds continues, but Chance Moore has the basketball and is headed to the scorer's table.
Yeah, I think the officials did not reset the shot clock after that last attempt at the basket, and they're going to try to fix that. Probably a good thing, because it looked like Houston had possession of that ball, and they were getting ready to go into attack mode.
Timeout on the floor. But I'll tell you what, no rest for Julian Hammond.
Well, Julian Hammond is a three-point specialist. All of his points, 3 of them, 3-point field goals coming.
6-point advantage for Kelvin Sampson and his team, but the Colorado Buffaloes have applied the pressure all afternoon long, and this pressure right here led to a shot clock violation.
Yeah, you were right on it. They reset the shot clock, and they shouldn't have. I thought it glazed the front of the rim, but the officials went back and took a look at it and say, no, it did not hit the rim. So Colorado gets the stop and possession of the basketball.
And appreciate Chance Moore coming over to include the television crew. Told us exactly what had gone on. There is Tad Boyle. In his 15th year at Colorado, winningest coach in Colorado Buffalo basketball history. And again, his team goes to the Sweet 16 last year. You lose 3 guys to the draft. This season's been rough. 0-11 in conference play, but you wouldn't know it from watching today.
No, they keep fighting. What's one thing we saw, in the shoot-around this morning, the organization, the dedication. Going inside and Malone here for a bucket. He's double-teamed.
Yeah, 2 guys you don't want double-teaming you. Tugler and Roberts.
he had no place to go. He had the sideline and the baseline acting like two more defenders than the two that were already on him. And fortunately for him, he gets bailed out by the foul call.
First foul on Tugler. Just out of the reach of Yakimovsky, and a turnover for Colorado. Their 8th of the game.
Yeah, well, that's one thing they did really well. I mean, this is a team, I watched them last Sunday, turned it over 19 times in that game. They came back, their next game turned it over 15 times. So only 6 turnovers in the first half is where they need to live. And they just can't have those unforced varieties there on a baseline out of bounds play that you should execute 9 out of 10 times to get a high percentage shot, and you shouldn't get a turnover.
JoJo Tugler from Monroe, Louisiana, drops it off to the elder statesman, Uzan accosted by Hammond to the tune of a foul.
Oh, I thought that was on Malone, so it's a good thing it wasn't on Malone because he's already got, well, sorry, they did call it on Malone. That is going to be Malone's 3rd personal foul. He had 2 quick ones in the first half, so he'll have to be careful not to get another one here in the next 5 or 6 minutes before he can get his blow.
You saw Kelvin Sampson take a seat next to his son, Kellen Sampson. Uzan short on his first free throw. Coach Kelvin Sampson told a story recently on his radio show that Tad Boyle called Kelvin Sampson in 2007 and said, hey, I want your son, Kellen. I want him to come coach for me. He's a young star. He is a young star, but he went to coach with his dad. And he did not go to coach with Tad Boyle.
No, and he's done a fantastic job there. They are the 2nd winningest program in college basketball since the start of the 2017 season, and right behind Gonzaga in number of wins. So that duo is getting it done.
Meantime, Milo Uzan, a 73% free throw shooter, missed 2. Yakimovsky bodies with Cryer foul.
I was getting ready to say, what are the Buffaloes doing? They're throwing a balloon all over the half court. You guys are barely able to jump up in the air and catch it, and then a nice drive there to the rack, getting the 3rd team foul on Houston. Maybe they can reset their offense here with their sideline out of bounds play.
Well, and you know, dude, that's a storyline. Yakimovsky has no points tonight. He's a guy that needs to get into the offense. He's open right now. Malone finds him.
But he found him too late. You got to get that ball. No, you got to look big side. Look at Hammond. His 4th triple. That's all this guy does is make triples. 4 of them.
Whoa, he's from very deep.
Pete, we got ourselves a 1-possession game here against the top 5 team in the country. Buffaloes came to play.
Francis in the mid-corner. Jump hook again. This time it doesn't fall. His first miss of the day, a big one.
Because he used his right hand. He's so good with his left. His right had gone to sleep on it. With Malone and deep inside.
Oh, looks like that one was batted away by Roberts.
You got 265 pounds of muscle and size. You got to take that ball towards the hoop, not fall away. That's the difference between Division I and NAIA. You'll learn.
Roberts keeps the lesson going. 3-point attempt coming up.
And he used that left hand, right? So this time he goes back to his left where he's been so diddly now with his 10-point off glass, the concentration after the contact finish. He's so good, just sizing up Malone there, and I love that quick little spin to the baseline. If I had a spin move, Pete, I could have been a player. Maybe Jordan and Pippen and Paxson would have passed me the ball a few more times if I could have scored down there on the low block like that.
If you had a spin move, you'd probably still be playing the way that you milked it. 15 years?
I did steal a couple at the end there. I was just trying to teach some of those young guys. Stoudemire, Sean Marion, got to play with Nash and Nowitzki in Dallas. I had a blast. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to quit. I've still never announced my official retirement. Maybe I could fool one of these general managers and give me a 10-day.
Oh, Hammond not going to fool anybody there. Too strong. Cryer's on the deck now. Gets up, is hobbled.
Oh, he's limping badly.
And you don't see Malone on the floor anymore. He is on the bench with his 4th foul. Coming just moments ago. Ball's knocked out of bounds to stay here.
Sampson's telling his team, be tougher with that basketball. You can just barking out orders there to Milos and Cryer and wants that backcourt to be solid. He's coaching his rear end off over there. I was amazed at his energy in practice last night. 69. He's got a hip replaced. And he was more active than some of the other younger assistants on his staff. He ran that whole practice and was getting in drills and taking player spots and showing them how they have to do it. Made me feel like I needed to get back on the treadmill and get back into shape.
And they got a versatile for you on campus at Houston they can put you in. 6-point game. You see L.J. Cryer receiving some assistance.
I wonder if this altitude might be affecting some of these Houston Cougars. You know, it's hard to be 5,345 feet here in the second half. You kind of wonder.
You played a season in Denver. How much is that an impact?
It used to drive me crazy because once you started to acclimate to it, you'd have a West Coast trip, a couple of games out in Los Angeles. You come back, you have to get acclimated all over again. And you get another stop. Look at this hungry Buffaloes team.
Down by 6. Baskin loses Francis.
How good is that young man? That was like a blur down the right side. Number 6 down the runway off glass. Look at this. These fans have just been into this game. After a slow start, they are trying to will their team to a victory here.
Malik Wilson loses the handle. Finds it, and here's Arsenal. Shot clock winding down again at 5. Arsenal from deep. Xavier Francis had the offensive rebound and is fouled.
Well, I know Buffaloes didn't get that rebound. They're down there fighting. Look at Baskin. He just went right by his defender and got himself a hard-fought 2 points. I like this kid.
And, you know, that's scary because Xavier Francis has 130 career blocks. Going right at the bully.
That's what you got to do sometimes. Look at the left hand of Roberts. He has been money tonight. Give him 13 points on the EP. I don't know where the Cougars would be without the contribution by Roberts this afternoon.
He got to campus at Houston at 6'6", 190. Now the guy is 6'9", 240. Just off the mark.
Baskin went to his little left shoulder right hand hook. I know he wishes he had that one back.
Wilson shakes and bakes. Loses it. And he touched it last.
Yeah, he just dribbled it right out of the bat. He dribbled the air out of the ball. And the funny thing is on the whiteboard over there on the Houston bench, they had passing game written, and he didn't know how to read that whiteboard. He went right down that right side with the dribble drive, and it just lost it out of bounds. Sampson put both of his hands on top of his head.
Bank got Dak. The foul by Francis. Dak will rim rock. Denied there by Xavier.
Well, this kid right here, Roberts, has been absolutely fantastic. His ability to score in the mid-range and down on that post is keeping Houston up by 6 at the break.
44-38. Houston right now very, very close with Colorado, and it could get closer with their leading scorer, L.J. Cryer, on the bench.
Yeah, there's something happened on this play here. Cryer got banged up, and you can see gets knocked off balance. Does he just come down hard on his hip? He goes down like a sack of potatoes here. He gets, yeah, was it Roberts comes over and smashed him to the floor. And he was slow to get up and started lifting right afterwards. Let's see, is he back there on the floor? Yeah, he's tough. He went over there and rubbed some dirt on it, and he's back there on the hardwood. He realizes how important this game is, and they're in a dogfight with Arizona at the top of the standings in the Big 12 Conference.
So there he is, 15 points on 6 of 15 shooting. Julian Hammond leading the Buffs right now with 12 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Dak hits the first free throw. A chance to cut it to a 2-possession game.
Maybe this is the opportunity to get Dak going here from the free throw line. Oh no, Houston could not control their own defensive glass off that Dak miss, and they're going to get an opportunity to try to get some more points on this trip down the floor.
Yeah, JoJo Tugler soared for that, but batted it out of bounds. Ruffin inbounds, 20 on the shot clock. Here's Felix Casares from Ontario, Canada to Colorado. Shot clock at 4. Stepping through 2 is Smith, too strong. Cryer rips the ball.
That's that good Coug defense you're used to seeing that limits teams to about 36% shooting on the season. Nothing easy on that trip. Even after they didn't secure their own defensive glass, they ratcheted up and tightened the screws defensively. Gets a stop.
Uzan, the Oklahoma transfer, goes to Tugler. L.J. Cryer. 3 on the shot clock. Good look for Cryer. Too strong, gets his own offensive rebound.
Dak did everything right on the closeout, but he didn't box out. Let Cryer go right back to the ball and get his own miss.
Terrence Arsenault puts it on his hip, off the window and through the hoop.
That ain't easy. He had the long arms of Dak coming over trying to swat that shot. We talked about the 3 blocks he has in his last 3 games, averaging rather 3 blocks a game.
Casares tried to go backdoor for basket, who was met quickly by Tugler. It's like running into a brick wall. Javon Ruffin enjoys math and solving problems. Going to try to solve this problem here. Too strong.
Oh, wow. You get that close to the basket, you got to find a way to fight that one in, even with a little pressure and contact. 7-point lead now for the Cougars. It's probably the biggest they've had in quite some time, and trying to add to it right here.
Francis, that's the guy to add to it. That jumper, that left hook. Man, it's basically like a haymaker at this point.
It's been money, and at some point in time, I know it's difficult, but the Buffalo's got to take that strong move away from him, force him into an alternative shot.
No field goals in 3.5 minutes. Dak loses the handle and is fouled by Tugler.
Dak just not able to get going offensively, couldn't get that ball cleanly. But look at this. Whenever it seems as though Houston needs a big basket, they go inside to Roberts, and time again, he keeps flipping that little lefty hook in right over the top of the defense.
Roberts shooting 79% today, 53% from the field on the season. Is a junkyard dog. Known for playing bully ball, he's shown off his touch today.
I can't understand for the life of me why Colorado is having so many problems with their baseline out of bounds play. Now listen, you got to give Houston a lot of credit for, like I say, tightening it up defensively, but you got to go back to the simple plays. Maybe forget about trying to score and just make sure you get the ball in bounds and run your half-court offense.
And Hammond will have to inbound with 6'8", 230-pound JoJo Tugler bouncing up and down like a pogo stick.
Yeah, that ain't easy. Oh, got a foul on the weak side. Just pulled one of the. And Coach Doyle liked that move right there. He gained an advantage. Just pull him off balance. Now that's the 6th team foul already now on Houston. So Colorado's going to enjoy the 1-and-1 for the rest of this game. We got 9:43 to play.
Cryer and Roberts. Business as usual. Nice crossover. And an even better three. Julian Hammond is on fire, folks.
That is his fourth triple of the second half.
Javon Ruffin can't believe it. First basket in almost 4 minutes for the Buffaloes. Terrence Arsenal trying to take matters into his own
hands. They called it. Sorry, yes, nice defense. Forcing the travel there. So what Houston wanted to do to Colorado, Colorado was doing to Houston. Look at Hammond. 5 triples on the night and just really crossed up Roberts and said, hey, big fella, I'm going to make you dance out here at this three-point line trying to stick with me.
You're exactly right, though. Both teams with 8 turnovers. Colorado well below their season average of 15 right now. Ben got Dak. A lot of space.
Coach Sampson's team is coming unglued here defensively, getting the back-to-back triples. We got ourselves a 3-point game. Coach Sampson knows more about his team and more about basketball than I ever will, but this place is coming unglued. I thought that was a good time for a timeout.
O.J. Cryer draws 2, is rejected. Ball comes out of bounds. The defense by Colorado, you talked about it earlier, been ratcheted up a notch or 2.
Get the timeout here and try to reset themselves, because right now it has been all Colorado. They have stolen the momentum of this game.
A 6-point run for the Buffaloes over the last minute. Julian Hammond, a big part of that, with his 5th 3-point field goal on the day. That's a record for him, and here's the block. Woo. Buffaloes mean business. Colorado will not go anywhere. Point advantage. Julian Hammond, a big reason why this one is so close, Scott.
Yeah, I love this because he's doing it a variety of different ways, curling down across the bottom. This one here in traffic. I love this one here in transition 3. And this one here against Roberts, he just gets it going one way, comes back and knocks down that triple. And I love the bench. Like, those guys are like into it, right? They want this game. There's no fight in this team that is 0-11 in the conference. They are taking the top dogs right down to the wire here in the second half. They've outscored them in the second half.
Terrence Arsenal.
Fans didn't like that call right there. I thought Dak
what do you think?
Tall and long and stood his ground there. Maybe they got him inside the restricted areas. About the only thing I could think, because it looked like a pretty clean block at the ball. Maybe got some lower body contact. Coach Boyle kind of fixing his tie, shaking his head like he don't believe it. You can show a replay. in the arena. Nobody liked that.
Arsenault hits the first free throw. Wilson and Uzan emerge from the Houston bench back into the basketball game.
You know, Cryer's going out of this one. He played 38-plus minutes in his last game on Tuesday, and only that fall on his hip. He's going to take a little time here on this defensive possession to catch a little bit of a breather.
Extends the lead to 5.
And Arsenault now with 9 points. And you got Cryer with 15. You got Roberts with 15. So they're getting some balanced scoring.
Casares looking underneath for basket, just out of reach.
That's one of those things, right? You're Coach Boyle, and you see your player there trying to make the pass down low, but you just got to be on target with that one. And the ball's too valuable to throw that thing out of bounds, and they have done that a couple times tonight. Some unforced errors.
Uzan with 8 points, 2 assists. Looking for his 9th and 10 points. No good. Tugler tries to put it back and drops it off for Wilson, and the Cougars reset. Uzan revs the engine. Floater. Finishing.
Oh, second chance, boys. Just absolute killer. You turn over at one end, you come back down the other end, you get a second opportunity, and instead of cutting the lead to 3, now all of a sudden you're down by 7. When you're trying to make something big happen against a top 5 team in the country, you just got to lock in. You got to be cleaner.
15 offensive rebounds for the Cougars. Shot clock at 5. Dang at 10.
How about the attack at the rack by Dak, all the way from the 3-point line, using that length, getting all the way to the basket. I think he might have caught Roberts with the off arm there. That's the second time Roberts has been on the floor tonight. I'm gonna need an ice bath after this one.
Big 12 basketball here from Boulder, Colorado.
Well, Bangkok Dak does it so good. He makes it look so easy, taking that ball from the 3-point line, hit a 7-footer with the length to finish inside off the dribble.
Well, quite the difference. Houston, 10-1 in conference. Colorado, 0-11. You see the full-on Big 12 standings. Baylor, Kansas State, and Iowa State winners so far today. Colorado would love to win and snap a losing streak in conference. That is 11 games. That's the longest losing streak to start conference play since they began 0-14 back in the Big 8 days. And those are the longest active losing streaks right now. Tad Boyle and his work as a coach certainly not reflective of that number. He talked about execution, right? And the team playing so well in practice and then not being able to make all the moves they need to in game. Today they've done it.
Yeah, and it's a culture that he's establishing here. You know, the work ethic, the character of his players. There's no quit in this bunch. They haven't quit on the coach and they haven't quit on themselves. That's why they're right in this fight.
L.J. Cryer goes to Arsenal. Remember, Emmanuel Sharp out of the game, opening the door for guys like Arsenal to soar to baskets like that.
A beautiful take off the dribble there from the right wing, and he gets all the way to the bucket for the fantastic finish.
Hammond bodies with Arsenal. Dangerous pass to Dak, who throws an even more dangerous one. That's knocked out of bounds by Tugler. Stay here. 7-point game. Every time the Cougars think they put a proper amount of distance between themselves and the Buffaloes, Colorado puts a run together. They made 3 of their last 3 field goals. Hammond collides with Cryer, who's called for a block.
Yeah, Cryer trying to jump in that driving lane and force that foul. That's going to be his 3rd personal foul, and that's going to be 1-and-1s for Hammond to go to the line, try to get a couple points from the free throw line. You can see just trying to run into the side of Hammond and draw that foul. Ain't going to get it done. Big 12 officials too good for that.
How much does that change your approach when you're in the bonus and you've got so much time left?
Well, it should, especially when it's been tough sledding on some of these possessions where they're having to go against this set Houston defense. You've got to figure out a way to get yourself to the free throw line, and Hammond's so good at that free throw line, just knocking down those 2 free throws like they were layups. He got 7 points after a slow start. He didn't get his first field goal until about 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Second in the Big 12 in free throws. He just showed us why. He takes it away at both ends of the floor. Hammond balling out, leaving bodies in his wake. Spinning across half court. Can Yakimovsky find it?
Foul Yakimovsky on a 3-point shot. What a steal by Hammond, though.
Yakimovsky has not scored today. Colorado's 2nd leading scorer. An opportunity for him to get involved.
Yeah, with 5:50 to play, there's no better place to find your rhythm offensively and get to the free throw line. Not for just 2 shots, but they're going to give him 3 opportunities to find his stroke. And I don't say it so many times that when a player gets to that foul line, the next shot that he finds from the perimeter generally is true.
81% free throw shooter. Sees that first one go through the basket.
Yeah, they're just coming in trying. It was Tugler trying to make a play on the ball just right across the forearm. Something about being able to step to that line, work on your stroke, control your adrenaline, and see that and visualize that ball going through the basket. That just really helps a good shooter like Yakimovsky.
Is it almost like meditating?
Yeah, well, in a way, right? Because it puts you back at a time and a place where you're real comfortable, right? I don't care if there's 6,000 people in here screaming. You still remember being in the park or in the driveway or wherever you were as a kid, and you've been doing this at such an easy age that puts you into a good frame of mind.
I mean, and I'm talking about good free throw shooters too, right? Me back in the day was the exact opposite of meditation when I went to that free throw line. All right, here we go. 2-point game. Off the ball. This time they get Yakimovsky on Tugler.
See, now that's a good foul. He wanted no part of wrestling that alligator down on that block, realizing that you're not in the penalty situation. You got a bad mismatch down on his block rather than giving a sure 2 points. Let me just foul him and make him take a baseline out of bounds.
5:38 left. Shot clock will be at 20. Cryer set to inbound for his team, up by 2. Houston at the top of the standings in the Big 12. Colorado at the bottom. Doesn't seem to matter this afternoon. Arsenault bodies with Yakimovsky.
Well, they gave him some inches, but he was determined to take the fight right to the defender, and that's twice now. Arsenault's come up with big buckets.
Dak, extra pass, ball movement good for the Buffaloes, but taken away by Wilson. A one-man fast break from Rayville, Louisiana to a dunk in Boulder.
That's a backbreaker. You had a little momentum going offensively, and you come out in that live ball turnover. They've only done that twice, but that was a big one right there. Coach Boyle realizes, let me just get a timeout, settle my team down with just under 5 to play.
And we have seen a defensive struggle here for both teams, or a defensive matchup, I should say. 4 straight buckets for the Cougars. The first time all day anybody's made 4 straight baskets.
Well, you know, that's the problem when Colorado has tried to defend the three-point shot. They've gotten gutted inside now. There's 30 points in the paint. Make that 32 points in the paint for Houston. And that's just, you know, that's just too many on a situation where they're scoring more than 50% of their points in that painted area.
6-point advantage for the Cougars. They have made 4 of their last 4 shots, as we mentioned. Colorado has made 3 of their last 3. What do you like for the Buffaloes here to come back, Scott?
Well, you got a hot player in Hammond, right? He's knocked down 4 triples here in the second half. I'd love to see him run some high pick and roll or high pick and pop with Dak. I know that Dak hasn't got himself going offensively, just 6 points in this game. But he's so long that he presents problems in a mismatched situation.
And there's the stat line for the leaders. L.J. Cryer, 15 points, 6 rebounds. Julian Hammond, 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. The rest of the team, 4 of 17. He has kept the Buffs afloat today.
They said Hammond had to go for over 20 to give his team a chance, and he has stepped up and delivered after a slow start, picked up his game offensively, and has got his team kind of right where they want to be, Pete. You know, down 6, 5 minutes to go, the chance to steal this one. They got that pick and pop with a little horn high set, get the ball over to Dak. Couldn't find anybody inside.
Oh, nice move. Hammond beats, obviously, Roberts, and hits 2.
Well, they got the switch that they wanted, right? They got Hammond on a taller, longer player, and he just took him right to the rack for his 19th point.
Now that's 4 straight baskets for the Buffaloes. Got quick hands, knocks it away from Roberts.
I love the way they're going to Roberts down there on that left side over there. He's been so good with that left-hand hook. You know he just wants to come a couple dribbles middle and then a right shoulder turn back to the baseline for that lefty hook.
4-point game here at the CU Event Center. Shot clock at 2. Uzan elevates. No good. Arsenault gets tied up. And a foul on the floor. And they're going to call that on Colorado.
Yeah, they got down there rough, and I think just holding down there. So it's going to be 1-and-1s here for Arsenault at the free throw line. Oh, wait, that's a 7. The officials caught it. They originally would do a baseline out of bounds, but they come back, and Arsenault knew right away he was going to the line. He was the only player from Houston that started going to the free throw line.
Terrence Arsenault from Beaumont, Texas, experienced a debilitating injury early last season to his Achilles. Missed all the rest of the season, and Kelvin Sampson kept him close to the program because that's the type of program the Cougars are. It is a family. And he benefited from that off the floor. And you see it now. He's back 100% healthy. But the guy, his basketball IQ seems like it's going through the roof.
Yeah, you sometimes get a chance to watch, and you can develop other parts of your game. And he cleanly went to the line, 71% shooter, calmly knocked down 2 big free throws.
What do you dial up here if you're Hammond?
Well, you know, like they're going to this horn high set, right, trying to get that matchup for Hammond and for Ruffin.
You know he's going to be the guy. Uses that ghost screen. Wilson again with the quick hands, deflects it. A lot of room for Ranchi, who throws it down. The entire gym thought it was going to go to Hammond.
He faked the pass to the corner, and you open. I could have got my fat 300-pound self down that line.
Roberts goes to the basket, and his 240-pound frame will be headed to the free throw line when we return. A wild atmosphere here in Colorado.
Right to the rack. The easy two-hand jam.
Don't go anywhere, folks. The Buffs certainly won't. All day long, they've been banging on the door. A 4-point game. The offensive assault, that's been done by that man there, Julian Hammond. He has 16 points, but the Buffaloes have really been able to compete today thanks to their defense, Scott. 5 blocks, 5 steals.
Yeah, doing a nice job. I love this one right here, getting after him. Malone says, you shall not pass, and then come back on the other 8, force him into a turnover with the travel, and Hammond, he gets knocked down, doesn't stay on the floor, gets up, strips away, and gets that steal, which led to a bucket going the opposite direction. So, you know, just gritty and grimy, doing everything they can to possibly try to get this victory.
And they have turned Houston's game and used it against them. 17 points off turnovers for Tad Boyle's team.
You gotta love that. That's what you need, right? You need the bench, you gotta step up, and they've done that tonight. Nice bump off the bench. You need your star player to perform like a star, and he's done that with 19 points, 5 triples on the evening. And like you said, you gotta deal with the D.
18 bench points. You touched on that. And at the free throw line is Juwan Roberts, shooting 60% on the season. Knocks down the first attempt cold.
Well, they always say, you know, pressure creates diamonds or burst pipes. And in the first half, he had a free throw that didn't look real true, and comes back here in a big moment, elevates his game, and knocks in that first one.
Playing in his 158th game as a Houston Cougar. That is a school record, and that is a miss.
There's that Horns high set again. Got decked with the ball.
Malik Wilson is all over Hammond. Keep an eye on that matchup. And here it is. Hammond staring into the eyes of Wilson. Now turns his back on it. Wilson got a piece of it. Coming down with the rebound is Smith, going up with it and getting fouled. We've got a travel on Uzan. No foul, travel on Uzan. Arsenal says, we got to look at this again. Let's see what happens.
Oh, I thought there was a shot clock violation. I guess they're saying that Uzan came down with the ball, then traveled with it. Is Cryer on the floor again?
Yeah.
Is there a three knockout rule here? Because he's been knocked down 3 times. One more time here, and trying to fight this off the rim. It never hits the rim. And yeah, Uzan thought there was going to be a violation, so he was happy to get the ball. He takes like a bunny hop with it. Like, yeah, we stopped him. And then realized, oh no, they didn't blow the whistle.
Yeah, that's
so
exactly
the officials
what
are trying to get together. Well, you always got to play to the whistle. You can't assume that there's going to be a shot clock violation.
And that's what Kelvin Sampson was saying. He was shouting to the officials, specifically Darren White. He said, Darren, that's a shot clock violation. Officials now going to clear it up. So this play under review.
Here's a look at it one more time with the clock. You can see the ball hits the backboard but does not hit the rim, which does not register a reset in the shot clock. So Uzan thinks that, okay, we got the stop because the ball didn't hit the rim. But if he rebounds that ball and there's still time on the clock, generally you just play on. And I don't know how, it's hard to tell exactly how much time's left on the clock when he rebounds the ball, like how much is on the shot clock when he rebounds it. It looks like it's at double zeros from that angle there, which would mean, yeah, shot clock violation, Houston ball.
And the whistle blew, you know, seemingly almost right after the ball left Smith's hand, which leads me to believe, yeah, either it was a foul, which it clearly doesn't look like it was at this point, or a shot clock violation.
Well, I never heard a whistle. Did you hear the horn go off for the shot clock? That's where I'm drawing. Can't really figure out why the young man stopped the way he did and was just so excited that he jumped up in the air and came down with the ball. One official says, well, that's a travel. That's obviously it is. And he's thinking, well, we got the stop with a violation, should be our ball, which you don't let a team break. If they haven't secured the ball after the shot clock violation, then there's generally a stoppage of play. You know, I like when these officials get together to try to get it right, but now if it takes too much time, you know, if they can do it in 60 seconds, it's great. But this game has been too good for us. A 4 or 5 minute stoppage of play here. Let's go. Make a call, make a determination. Let's get on with it.
Officials still huddled up at half court. And the foul trouble, you see it right there for Houston.
After further review, there was a shot clock violation. There was no possession at the time of the shot clock violation. Houston ball on the baseline.
So they're going to say Houston basketball underneath the basket, which means you were right, Scott.
That doesn't happen very often, but more importantly, Uzan was right, because I would have hated to see this young man lose that basketball with his celebration and jubilation after playing a great defense for 30 seconds. And Coach Sampson, boy, he's having to chuck some water over there, and he's got the dry mouth, everything here. But still, you know, they're down 5, 3 minutes to play, a lot of time left, no need to panic.
The officials came over and let us know, you know, that was in fact a travel, but the shot clock violation preceded it. So obviously that takes precedence. Here comes Uzan across the timeline. Wow, but has to like a guy's own basket. He does. And converts.
He has been money in that paint tonight. 18 points, just putting that ball in the left paw and flipping it right over defender after defender. Doesn't matter who's guarding him. He cannot be stopped.
Reminds me of my man JYD in the WWF, the Junkyard Dog. Oh, Arsenal gets a piece of that one. Hammond's luck looks to have run out.
2 big stops by the Cougars in the last 2 possessions when it's game time, and they have come up huge defensively.
Buffs need a stop. Houston has hit on 5 of their last 6 field goal attempts, and this guy has been a huge part of it, and it continues.
You know, Roberts has been handing that ball off to smaller players time and time again. This time he realizes, I'm going to fake this handoff and go back to my strong left-hand finish. Give that young man 20 points in this game.
A lot of scouts here tonight, Scott, and he is showing out 9 of 11 from the floor to 20 points, known mostly for his defense and his rebounding. Today, he has lit it on fire offensively.
Putting those big shoulders right into defender after defender, and whether it be the right-hand hook or this devastating left-hand hook. Like you said, what is he, 9 for 11? Juwan Roberts has been that dude here this afternoon. He's going right, coming back left, sets him up real nicely. This one more time, just a little floater, flash in the mid-range game, and I love that one there after the contact finish, shaking his head. Nobody can stop me tonight. I'm the star of stars this afternoon.
What stood out to you the most about his game offensively?
He plays on balance, right? He plays with a physicality, but he's never off balance. Most of his plays was his momentum going to the basketball, taking the fight to the defense. And, you know, on the other side, Malone, the big 270-pounder for Colorado, is going to have to learn to play that same way, utilizing his side to his advantage by taking the fight right to the defense.
Colorado basketball, they have cut the lead to 2 at 54-52. Since then, Houston's on an 11-4 run. Ronchich wants to stop it and can't.
Oh, good move by Ronchich. The ball just seems to be spitting out of the rim time and time again for Colorado, when they desperately needed baskets. They might have to think about starting to commit some fouls if they don't get a stop on this possession.
Uzan runs out of space, goes to Tugler. Uzan, alley-oop, and Wilson drops from what seemed like Denver to grab it and ram it home.
Yeah, putting them up by double digits after they burned a lot of time off of that game clock, and then they get another turnover. The defense for Houston has been the difference in these last 3 minutes of this basketball game. They have really tightened the screws and taken it, the fight defensively, right to Colorado.
Yeah, tying the biggest lead right now of the day, 11 points. And here's another look at that alley and the oop.
Yeah, you just throw it up and let me run along this baseline, and I'm going to grab it and I'm going to throw it down.
Uzan will have a chance to apply the finishing touches to what would be the 12th conference win for Houston. This is the front end. Hammond. Whistle is blown.
Getting some contact on the pass there. Going to send him, Hammond, to the free throw line. Now it's an 11-point game. It's 50 seconds to play. 50 seconds is a lot of time, but you're going to have to get some turnovers, live ball turnovers in the backcourt, and you got to start thinking about that three-point shot at this point in time. Coach Sampson, he'll take this victory, but he's not real pleased with the effort his team gave for a full 40 minutes. There was some lack of concentration in this one. You got to foul right away if they can't get this ball.
Malik Wilson scurries across half court.
Oh, it looks like Coach Boyle has told his team not to foul. If under 40 seconds to play, they're going to let this one play out. Realize they fought hard, they just came up a little bit short. I'll tell you what, I like the culture, I like the character of his players and the work ethic. Even though they came up a little short, for a team that was 0-11 coming into this one, they fought hard, and I can, and I'm sure more importantly, Coach Boyle can appreciate their efforts.
And I'm sure the crowd can too. A really nice crowd on hand here today at the CU Event Center. And they got their money's worth. Unfortunately, the finish for Tad Boyle, no field goals in the last 3 minutes and 40 seconds for the Buffs. All academic at this point. The punctuation is put on this one by Arsenal.
Yeah,
knocking it out of bounds.
That defense is impressive. You can see why Joe Lunardi has them as a 2 seed, the way they can get after it and just shut a team down with 3 minutes to go left in this game, and 5-point game. They absolutely shut down Colorado. It's a thing of beauty to watch.
A bright spot for Colorado today, Hammond. Those are his 21st and 22nd points, but like we mentioned earlier, all academic. The Cougs, the 5th team in the nation,